Hello. I'm doing my garlic. I don't know if you can see. Garlic. But, I mean, I probably could do more cleaning. I have my box here from, if you can see, the box is last year's, which I had a really good crop. And I'm doing better. And then I'm doing better with, cleaning them, I guess. Just garlic and seeds and don't. This knife is gonna have to get sharpened. I see they're still looking for those guys that escaped from that prison, and I guess they're saying that that lady had some involvement, that some lady that worked there, a married lady with children, was supposed to had picked them up in their car, and she didn't make it. And they said they didn't arrest her or anything. But she had prior knowledge. She's just as guilty as they are. See if I can find my stone. I'm gonna have to sharpen this. That's all right. Just keep going. And that's sad that I can't believe they had I was watching something that had a whole conversation. Wow, this thing is leaking water on me. Had a whole look at this one here. They had a whole conversation about why women like bad boys or something. I didn't know we were supposed to. We got plenty of them around here. Oh well. I'll probably use some parts of this, of the garlic too, like in a stew. I remember Larry Jones, I hadn't really seen garlic that you didn't buy out of the store, even though I had a fine garden in Kansas. I just didn't grow garlic, and I was like, can you use this part? And I realized that right away when people can't explain stuff to you, or you get you just I could be mistaken. Doesn't make me stupid. It just makes I feel that if he knew that I thought, well, then he's stupid. Then you realize some people can't explain things. It's because they really don't know how to comprehend that that's just how somebody learns. It's the ones that never ask questions or something. Anyway, so you can use some parts of that, and I just put all this in the box. And I try to get as much seeds. I'm gonna have a hot mess. I had it in the dining room, but I didn't want to make a bigger mess since they already dried. So, but anyway, I think that we do have a problem in our society, the way we raise our women, that we would go for a man that kidnapped and killed somebody and then dismembered their bodies. Now that's spooky. And the lady was married. So I know when I was in jail, the jailers, the ones that really did the bad crimes and really got along really well with the jailers, but they were geared to being sort of like the type of people that are sort of con. They're people pleasers, tell you what you want to hear. Like this one lady, her daughter murdered somebody to get out of jail. She only had like 4 more months left. I guess her boyfriend did, and I guess she liked that bad boy. But I don't understand why. Look at the big old one. Look at the garlic. I'm putting it with the seeds. But she's like, I don't know. I'm not with it. I'm not with all that noise. Because but I know for a fact that a lot of sexually committed crime against children wouldn't happen without their parent. It's I'm thinking about like that baby Boo Boo, whatever her name was, that was on that. She was one of those kid TV reality shows, and she had been they had their show Baby Boo Boo or something, and they're supposed to be like represent like white trash or something. And she had been in those fashion shows, children's shows, and I guess she had been sexually abused, her and her sister previously by some guy that went to jail. And then the mom's laying up in bed, and I see that a lot. And I still, like, a lot of people that were victims of stuff, I see them turn around and victimize their children. And so I think we do have a sickness. Oh boy, I got more than I thought I had, but I still have for last year. Cause they said I had a lot of weeds and stuff, so I got a few more I have to dig up because I broke off the top. But anyway, so I'm getting up. I'm gonna be doing yard work. So a lot of the sickness that we have from childhood, from sexual abuse. Oh, you know that looks good when you cut them off, but I don't want to do too many cuts because I don't want it to. They last a long time if you don't. But I see a lot of people with sexual abuse that turn around and do the same thing, and the first thing they cry about is how it was done to them and how horrible it was. So it's such a cycle. You know, we have. I don't know if sexually abused kids grow up to be psychopaths. Is there more to it than that? Because some don't. You know, and some kids get sexually and physically abused, and so I think we have a major problem in our society. If a married woman with children, and no young kids, she wasn't a young lady, could help a murderer out of prison. I just have a feeling if she had been black, then she already would have been arrested. Let's scoop up this dirt and put it in the compost too. And I really do. I think I got not all of it. Almost done with this. There we go. A box of garlic, a few seeds. There's probably a few more seeds in it. I got a lid for that box somewhere. So I see today in our society that sometimes the woman can be probably very easily manipulated, and I think a lot of it has to do with the propaganda that's all I heard. You know, it's like, oh, we're supposed to like bad boys. No, nobody wants. I think we just given. That's about the only thing we're given is a society of male that. I'm gonna get to you in a minute. Oh well, I'll clean up after I get off of here. I guess I gotta just take this right out. Oh well. Anyway, so I'm doing my herbs and stuff. It's a little bit more trying than I thought it was gonna be. I got some here. Some basil. Oh, not basil. What do you call it? Parsley. Aravera, in case I cut myself. Oh, they're all back here. And this is we call it dill. So, and I still have to. I hope it's. I don't think it's too late because we got pretty late. I'm gonna go get me some cucumber seeds. You know, so this was in the front, so I moved this out, put tomato plants in there, and some cantaloupe. So, and I have acorn squash getting ready. It's blooming, so fruit's getting ready to come on it. So, anyway, and it's 1 o'clock. So anyway, to sum it up, I've been all over the place. To sum it up, I think that the propaganda that we filter through like Lifetime TV shows where you see the woman always the victim, through the propaganda that we see through advertisement like Victoria's Secrets, that we have a certain sexual identity that we must put out there for everybody. Oh, I forgot to take my nighttime high blood pressure pill. So, And I think that if that lady helped in any way or fashion, and had previous knowledge before it happened, she could have had it stopped, because really, I don't think those are the type of people we want out in the community. And I remember there was a lady here that they got kidnapped from, like, out of her house. Are you still there? Are you still there? Sorry, I had to take my high blood pressure pill. There was a lady here, I think it was Bonnie Boo Boo or something. She had a famous relative, but they never did find her at the time. And I remember they were going on four-wheelers and going all around the place. And I just figured, that was a waste of time, because people do not walk. They do not walk. I believe the lady probably should be in jail. I don't know what they're doing. I don't know why jailers and inmates. I'm gonna start all over again. Alright, I'll just leave this. You get to see me do the garlic. I guess I didn't realize it was 1 o'clock. I was wondering why I'm so tired, and I forgot to I should take my high blood pressure, that night one, around 9, which I didn't. So it's 1 o'clock, and it's hot. But to sum it all up, we have a society that is so oppressing. 40% of our community being the way of women and people, African Americans, people with a lot of melanin, and we even have a bias against different religious groups, and I mean, like in Muslim, even in Christians groups, they're so fractured. There's so many different types, from Catholics to Baptists to I don't even know, So we have a lot of things that keep us fractured and keep us separate. And I think one of the biggest problems we do have is the way we perceive ourselves as human beings, and I think that in some cases that us as humans really believe men are from Mars and women are from Venus, and I think that's a misperception that is carried over in the behavior, and you have to understand, even though like male or female, that we are more like to each other than we would be to maybe somebody from Mars or Venus, because they might look just like a microscopic parasitic worm. Because they're not gonna look like anything that we know, because it's not gonna have the same. But anyway, so I think if she did, I don't even know. I think that, and those guys were on the honor roll. They were good. Those guys that escaped, they're supposed to be good. That's usually what it is, because usually the ones that are less, the ones that are not really guilty, the ones that are innocent, probably after a while commit suicide, and probably are not as good as con artists or misleading people, because somebody that kidnapped and murdered and mangled somebody, that person probably before they killed that person is able to pull off a friendship that the other person thought they was a friend. I don't know what the boss thought, but he probably thought this was an employee, and treat them accordingly to anybody else. And you're not knowing that you're dealing with a homicidal psychopath. But it's not the first woman. She's not the first woman that had somebody wanted to marry Charles Manson. We have an illness, because these single women think that from all the propaganda on TV. You gotta have a man, and all the men think that, you know, I gotta hang out with my bros and go to the titty bar and have me a man cave. So even if you do get a man, if he's in the man cave and on the video games and has to hang out with his bros, and, you know, only time he wants to really do anything with you is either to bitch about something or to fuck you, or the man when the food is done. You know what I'm saying? You know, when you sort of, you know, appreciate being single when you are. You know, I mean, if you've been in a relationship, I've been married 3 times, so I've been in relationships, and I know a lot of women that are widows, and they never, you know, would get married again. Even if it is to somebody that's in a higher pay bracket, so you'll get a higher Social Security or something, right? That they won't even do that, because, you know, you get used to, you know, just being able to be comfortable, and you know, if I had a man here, even if, like, because, like, we're, like, geared by the propaganda when to go to sleep and when to wake up. You know what I'm saying? So it's 100 degrees. I don't have a car right now. You know, I would like to be able to do more stuff. Like, if I wanted to go buy beer now, I can't buy beer now because, you know, they got laws like you got to wait till 7 o'clock in the morning, I guess, for, you know, someone on your way to work. You know, we're programmed to when to wake up, when to go to sleep, how women are supposed to interact with men, and mostly our interaction with men is supposed to be just like passive, non-caring for thyself, but, you know, but worry more about how this man is than anything that I might birth, you know, and basically, but we, you know, I mean, like, to me, when I look at like in England, when the prince and the princess they have now, she went down like a runway, half-ass naked, right? I didn't see the movie, but I seen the original pictures of her of the show. You know, the see-through thing. You know what I mean? Just like they did in slave times, and they had the you know, the women, you know, the black women go down there, whatever. You know, they had all women, like, pretty much was considered men property in a lot of ways. So, you know, I'm not anybody's property. You know, hey, and plus I can't afford these men. These men over here in the ghetto, they, you know, they're the ones that they try not to have. They're the ones they're targeting the most. Anyway, I need to get to sleep. I have the guy come in and they're gonna cut down more weeds. That's why I had to, you know, get my stuff up. So I already had pulled them up. They just now nice and dry. So nice harvest. I had to turn it around and use this side first because this is the newer side. You can sort of see how more brighter and shiny the newer one is. So, anyway, good night. I just think, women, sometimes put you first. They always say in the airplane, if you want to save your child, you got to put the oxygen on your head, on your face first, and then put it on the child. So just think about that. Save thyself and be true to thyself.